There's so many restaurants.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, yeah, oh yeah, COVID did a number on small businesses like that. So I don't know if it was open before or after that, but I know that it's not open now.
And what about um, how it not only the restaurant industry but the liquor industry is really taking a hit?
It's the same. I kind of equate them to the same hospitality, basically, because most bars are restaurants, but not all restaurants are bars.
Correct.
So,
and
I think a lot of them are not chains, so they didn't fare too well.
Yeah, some of the best restaurants I have found do not have a liquor license, and liquor licensing has in South Jersey has come down dramatically.
Liquor licensing in Jersey, getting a restaurant liquor license in Jersey is different than PA, but PA's liquor laws are weird compared to Jersey's. PA, it's all state-run stores for liquor stores.
Right.
You don't have a privately owned, whereas Jersey is the opposite. Everything's privately owned for liquor stores, but the liquor licenses are a lot harder to get. Well, they used to be a lot harder to get. I don't know about it anymore, but PA, they were pretty easy. They're pretty lax on that. Well, not lax, but they were a lot easier to get the liquor license for the bar restaurant than it is in Jersey. Yeah. Like in Jersey, they limit the number you can have per town. I don't believe they do that in PA.
I think that they've been reevaluating that because.
Right. But then if you go all the way back to where I used to live for PA, it's even worse. So
dirty sodas.
This Utah was, until the 2002 Olympics, they were really weird.
Like how weird?
Like
and we talk about this a lot, and
you couldn't buy just a drink most places. You had to get food, and your bill had to be a certain percentage of your food in order for you to actually get liquor.
Wow, really?
And then, they changed a lot of that because they realized that the tourists are not going to want to do that.
And that was before the Olympics.
Yeah, they changed it right around that time. They realized that tourists from out of state, out of country, are not going to necessarily want to do that.
Right.
They're going to be a lot of what the hell moments. So they decided that they needed to change that. Now I don't know what they changed it to because, like I said, I moved out here, so I really don't know. I just know that there was a bar which had beer. But restaurants could have a liquor license, but your sales had to be a certain percentage for you to get mixed drink.
Wow. It
was hard to keep track of as somebody who worked there. It's probably even worse for a customer.
All state laws are different.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so interesting with New Jersey being sandwiched between New York, which is. New York is actually now, seriously, I just read an article this morning. I think I'm gonna write a piece about it, but they're thinking about the movie theater concept. There was a post in Variety about it, and now there's more information about New York being the state that's thinking about taking these old, not old really, but the older movie theaters and having cannabis consumption within the theater. But it's an interesting concept, and they're there, and Pennsylvania is actually thinking about tightening their medical cannabis program.
Well, they only have a medical cannabis program in PA.
I didn't suggest that they didn't.
Right.
But they are. I just read that they are talking about tightening it and making it more difficult, not more difficult, just an extra layer for people, because I don't think it's a bad idea. I think it's a very good idea to look at what they're doing, because there are so many just agencies out there for $99. You can say, yeah, I had an anxiety moment, and they'll certify you. But I think Pennsylvania wants to make sure that people are getting into it for the correct reason.
Oh, I can understand that. I mean, I know that there are states, or at least I shouldn't say I know, I've seen depicted in TV shows and movies that there are states where basically you walk in and there's a doctor's office that doesn't even examine you, just gives you the card and you can do whatever the heck you want with it.
Yep. That is absolutely going on. In Pennsylvania, the one really great thing about the medical cannabis program is there's a pharmacist in each dispensary. That was, when I started, that was how it was.
Are they actual pharmacists, or are they just cannabis?
Pharmacology, and I don't know how that's evolved because there's so many medical dispensaries now. But
Well, I
New
just wondered
Jersey,
because
it's like
the pharmacist is a fairly involved
and New Jersey's
educational process.
You know, even the medical dispensaries, and there's one dispensary that is just, I believe there's only one that's just purely medical.
Could be.
I know of just absolutely one, and they're set up a completely different way, and we'll talk about them another time.
All right. Well, I think people are getting an idea of some of the topics we'll be talking about. I think.
I'm going to cut it up.
I understand. I'm saying, but like they know. But anyway, stay tuned. We'll probably have more conversations about things along these lines and so on. Once we get going a little bit, we'll probably even open up for suggestions if you guys want us to elaborate on additional things as we go.
And even if they want to,
or if you wish us to avoid certain things, we'll do our best to do that too.
Try. We're going to try. At a joint venture info. A joint venture info. At Gmail.
We'll make sure that that's on the. You'll see it in the bottom or on the screen somewhere.
All right. Thanks. That's all for now.
All right. Thank you very much.